What's good, y'all? What an interesting Tuesday in college football. Once again, it's K-Stu the GOAT, Stuart V for Venom Sports. Now, here's the thing with my page, man. Go on to Vernon Speaks and like, comment, and subscribe. Also comment if you want to talk about some stuff, because I'm telling y'all, man, I kind of sort of know what the F I'm talking about. But anyway, Kelly Bryant for Clemson, former Clemson Tiger, who actually led Clemson to the college football playoffs, lost his starting job to true freshman Trevor Lawrence up in Clemson, South Carolina. Now, here's the thing. Just imagine you are a starting quarterback that led your team to a national championship, and you lose your starting position to a true freshman quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Dabo Swinney decided he wanted to go to into another direction with his quarterback, so he decided on Trevor Lawrence. So about a week after that, Kelly Bryant decides, you know what, I want to transfer. Now, crazy part about all of this is the following weekend that Kelly Bryant transferred, Trevor Lawrence actually gets hurt in a very frightening shoulder injury, but he came back and has subsequently led Clemson to a college football playoffs. I think Clemson looks phenomenal right now under Trevor Lawrence. Not too sure, especially after the struggle. I'm actually willing to debate if Trevor Lawrence would have been starting against Texas A&M, if that game would have been as close as it was. But honestly, guys, that's neither here nor there. Fast forward, Kelly Bryant, for whatever reason, I think he has a great talent, a great skill set. Becomes currently one of the hottest transfers in the history of this whole red shirt rule, to where all you got to do is maybe play less than 4 games and you're still eligible to play. So he decides to take his show on the road. He's been doing visits, all of these different things. And 2 schools came down as a final pick for Kelly Bryant. He had to choose between, or he felt compelled to choose between MIzzou and Auburn. Now, there are pros and cons for both sides. I mean, if you look at Auburn at the surface, and I want y'all to really look at the surface, Auburn would have been the easy choice. Auburn, under Gus Malzahn, they like to run the run-pass option. Guess why Trevor Lawrence got beat out of his job? Is because Dabo Swinney wanted to go to a more pro-style type offense where Kelly Bryant would not thrive in that type of offense. So, I mean, Gus Malzahn and Auburn would have been the easy choice, right? So, if you look at it, Nick Marshall was pretty successful with Auburn. Nick Marshall couldn't throw the ball to save his life, but a pretty successful quarterback under Auburn led him to a national championship. They lost in the final seconds. Had Auburn in contention the following year in 2014. And, hey, I think Auburn's a great choice, right? If you look at Missouri has a pretty decent, has had some pretty good quarterbacks along the way. Matty Mock, Drew Lock actually will be a drafted quarterback this year. Missouri has a pretty good knack for developing quarterbacks. Also coming back, I think Missouri has a lot of good skill players coming back that could rally around a guy like Kelly Bryant, who, is coming from a Power 5 school in Clemson in the ACC, has been to the college football playoffs, and you can't knock that type of experience. So, man, when I'm Kelly Bryant, I'm sitting at the house like, oh, man, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Right? Because you got to think about it. He transferred because he still wants to further his career. He still feels like he can move forward with possible NFL aspirations, right? So where do you go? Well, as it turns out, to much people's surprise, Kelly Bryant chooses the Missouri Tigers. I'm going to tell you why I think that's an excellent pick. Have y'all been reading the news and looking at what's going on at Auburn? First of all, the coach don't even know if he's going to be there or not. Gus Malzahn is going to be there next year. Good for him. But guess what? His offensive coordinator out the door. I'm pretty sure Chip Lindsey was a part of the recruiting process of Kelly Bryant as to why he might have thought about coming to Auburn. Maybe, maybe not. If you look at what Auburn has coming back, they have a stable of quarterbacks, assuming everybody comes back and assuming everybody's in competition mode. You got Cord Sandberg, right? I mean, this guy's experience, he probably is never going to play any significant downs for Auburn, but he provides some great experience. You have Joey Gatewood, highly touted quarterback out of high school, out of Florida, a legitimate dual threat. Hell, he might be good enough to beat out Kelly Bryant. Bo Nix, out of Birmingham, Alabama. Man, they are really looking at this guy as the future of Auburn. So then you got Malik Willis, who was the actual backup quarterback to now departed Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham's going pro, y'all. He said, F this, I'm not coming back to Auburn. So they can play around with me. I'm saving that for another video, baby. But anyway, if you look at Auburn, I think Kelly Bryant saw this as, you know what, deja vu ain't about to happen to me all over again. I'm not about to get beat out by a true freshman quarterback in Bo Nix, who has history, who has, heritage and legacy at Auburn University. Y'all remember Patrick Nix, right, at Auburn? That led Auburn to some incredible seasons back in the early 90s? No, sir. Kelly Bryant didn't want none of that. So he was like, you know what? I'm taking my show to Missouri. You know why? Because one, I'm not about to get beat out by a true freshman quarterback. Number two, Auburn's program at the surface is in disarray. My career is too important for me to get caught up in all that jive that Auburn's got going on. And number three, I know Gus. We ain't knocking Gus. But Gus, if you ain't the guy that fits his program, he does not care if you transferred. He don't care what kind of career implications this has for you. If he don't want you to be the starter, you ain't going to be the starter. So I think Kelly Bryant made the right choice by going to Missouri. Little or no competition, little to no pressure. I think he can shine up in Missouri. I think he's got some pretty good receivers around him that's going to be coming back and a pretty decent backfield. He can utilize some of his run-pass option skills to diversify Missouri's offense. I think he can be a quote-unquote star at Missouri. And I think this was an excellent pick for Kelly Bryant. I think this was great for him because you don't want to get in all that at Auburn. You got the disarray coaching-wise. Auburn's got like 5 quarterbacks that they have to choose from, a skill set that really, if you look at each one of Auburn's quarterbacks, each one of them can be a Kelly Bryant. If you put all of them together, I mean, Kelly Bryant is not, as just an overly spectacular dual threat quarterback. I don't think he's a quarterback that should just be on the bench. I think he should be starting somewhere. But at the same time, if you think about a somewhat high profile potential program like Auburn, I just don't think Kelly Bryant would have. I think Kelly Bryant would have just added insult to injury to some of the somewhat quarterback talent or somewhat quarterback depth that Auburn already has. So I think Kelly Bryant made the right decision. Now, when I looked at this thing early this year, I actually had a video about why, Auburn needs to look at Kelly Bryant. I mean, that's more of an emotional type decision. I'm going to do a video on this. I think Auburn and Jarrett Stidham, I think there was some dishonesty in that recruiting process. I think some things were told to Jarrett Stidham that just wasn't going to happen. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, congratulations to Kelly Bryant at Missouri. He's landed at a Power 5 school in a great conference in the SEC. Missouri has had some success. They've had some appearances in the SEC championship. So it really isn't a horrible decision on his part. Once again, it's K Stu the GOAT Stewart V for Venom Sports. You all have a good day. Like, comment, and subscribe. I only got 15 subscribers. That don't make no sense considering I know what the hell I'm talking about. You all have an incredible Tuesday.